everyone. I hope you are doing well. We are so excited to be here on our very first live stream of the day. We are Elevate Vocal Arts, and we are just so excited that you're joining us. My name is Ariane Hurley Emerson, and I serve as the CEO and artistic director, and it is a true honor and privilege. Today, I'm joined by some of our brilliant artists and colleagues, and so I will let them introduce themselves. So why don't we start with Eric, since you're the first box I see.
All right, I am Eric Meyer. I'm the collaborative keyboardist and composer in residence with Elevate Vocal Arts. Been a friend with Ariane for about a little more than 10 years now, and so excited to see this dream of his becoming a reality.
Great. Doug?
Hi, I'm Douglas Jones. I'm in the tenor section with Elevate Vocal Arts. I am super excited to be here. This is the most amazing musical experience I've had in a really long time, and this is incredible.
Awesome. Selena.
Hi, guys. I'm Selena Toomer Brockington. I am a first soprano with the group, and I absolutely enjoy this opportunity that I get to share with these amazing artists.
And Alex.
Hey team, my name is Alex Nguyen, and I sit in the bass baritone section with EVA, and I'm also Ariane's nephew. So
that's right. That's my nephew, y'all. Don't mess with my nephew. My goodness. Well, thank you all so much for joining us on this Founders Day. So a word for those who are watching, what is Founders Day? It's a day that we are celebrating all of these wonderful people that have come together to make this incredible organization come into existence. And there are so many founders that have made this Elevate Vocal Arts and Elevation dream possible. And so today you'll have an opportunity to talk through, or to talk with, or hear from rather, some of these incredible artists and founders of Elevate Vocal Arts, of which all of these folks are. So I'm just going to start off with a quick question with folks like, how did you what is your origin story for Elevation? Y'all are all involved in the ensemble. Like, how did it happen? And I'll start with, and also tell us what was your experience like the first time that you were singing with the group. I want to start with Selena.
Well, my origin story was kind of interesting. I attended ACDA National Conference for the very first time a few years ago, and along the way received a mass email from a lot of other directors had received, asking for volunteers to come and be a part of a gospel group that would sing with sing in a session. I was like, okay, sure, because I love a good gospel song. And I went in. I sang. Of course, I loved it. I had a great time. Ariane was directing us. It was fabulous. And we really had church that morning. That's all I'm saying. But what ended up happening was I received an email maybe a month later saying, hey, you interested in? And I said, okay, sure. Thinking it was going to be a one-time thing. I was like, yeah, I don't have anything to do. I mean, it's prom for my son, but it's all good. And what ended up happening was I ended up becoming a part of this wonderful organization that I am a part of today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's go to Alex next.
Oh gosh. Okay. So Ariane and I both went to Temple University for our Ariane for his PhD and me for my MM. And we were sitting in a rehearsal with Rollo Dilworth in the Singing Owls rehearsal. And Ariane and I are sitting in the back in the bass section trying to hold that stuff together. And Ariane says, hey, Alex, you want to come do a gig this week? It's in 3 days. The music's really easy. It's a total nothing, not important at all. You can just come and sing, a few songs and we'll do a recording. And I was like, sure. No problem at all. I love a good gig. And that was that. I showed up and it was It was life changing. It was one of the best gigs I've ever had. It was some of the most fun that I've ever had singing with people, and I knew it was special, and I knew Ariane was underselling it that moment in that rehearsal, and that's where I met everybody in EVA, and it's just been fantastic ever since.
And we're glad to have you. Doug, tell us, how did you get involved with this group? What happened?
Actually, I joined this group through a mutual friend, and another one of our Elevation members, Angela Pope, was already a part of the group, in touch with Ariane, and I think you were looking for a tenor for, I think, that same recording session, and Angela said, oh, I have a friend that sings, like, we know each other, he's a tenor, he's great, and so I came on, and me thinking I'm just here subbing, I do a lot of gigging and subbing, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna hear subbing for this thing, and then we do the recording session, it's amazing, and Ariane goes, great, you're in, and I was like, I'm in? Oh, great. And so from then I've just been here, and it's been incredible. It's one of those things I didn't know what I was getting into. He sent the music, it looked great. And then from there I just, joined, and I've just been here enjoying it ever since.
And we're happy to have you. Absolutely. And Eric.
Yeah. I remember, I'm getting a little feedback. There we go. It's like, yeah, it was 2 years ago and month, because it was like November of whatever that 2022. We were chatting in the lobby at Temple University, and it was a time of transitions, and we were just having this casual chat. And I don't remember if it was you or me, but one of us said, like, let's just do something crazy. Let's just do something crazy. And as fate would have it, some doors opened that none of us maybe foresaw. And in a couple months, we were at that recording session that I think Doug and Alex were talking about, which really was life changing. It was like the clouds parted and the sunlight hit us. It was just like the most amazing experience, and it has been nothing but that ever since. Just an absolute joy in my life. So there you have it.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you there. And yes, that first rehearsal, it was kind of like, and that first recording session was like, wow, let's do like a proof of concept to see, like, is this an actual thing that we can do, and get all of these diverse singers and do this kind of breadth of repertoire. And the first piece that we rehearsed was Eternity by Alvin Trotman. And I just remember hearing the first chords, and I was like, ah! I was like, this is gonna be crazy. And like, I'll never forget it. It was so cool hearing just everyone, like, I don't know, like, I didn't know what it was going to be like. The Trotman had not been recorded before. It was people from very different, different places, and never had we like been together in this combination. So it was really quite interesting and amazing that first time hearing the instrument that is Elevation. Was absolutely incredible and colorful, and better than anything I definitely could have imagined. So I'm curious if you could talk about a favorite, maybe non-musical moment in Elevation that you might like to share, and anyone can feel free to jump in.
Actually, I think it's one of our more recent things we did, I think maybe up in Abington, and we're staying at the hotel, we're emailing about it, and Angela emails, hey guys, there's a pool at the hotel we're staying at. And it's just one of those, just like, yeah, we're going to get in the pool. It's just like one of those moments where we're all bonding together. So it's a few of us just that are staying at the hotel. We run out of rehearsal, go change to our bathing suits, and just hop in the pool. And it's so just like funny. I feel like we're like 16-year-olds, like at our first hotel. We're like giggling and laughing and hanging out. And it's like we had a long rehearsal day, and we just like it just cracked me up that we're just like so excited, like get in the pool and have a good time with each other, and just that kind of like familial like closeness and bonding we've created in Elevation is just like so fun to me, and that's always such a fond memory I have.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
I think not a specific memory, but every time we do an Elevation call, it feels like when you're in high school and you're doing an honor choir and everybody plans a lunch trip together. And we're like, ooh, should we go here? Should we go here? Should we go here? And it's like that every day. And it's just like building connections like that. And it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I love whenever we go out to eat afterwards. That's my favorite. It's always chaos. Good chaos. Good chaos.
I think one of my favorite memories recently was from the Summer Institute. After it was over, we kind of did that download of sorts
Mhm.
after all the children went to bed.
Exactly.
And it was, I mean, it was just a nice, relaxing, chill hangout. And I loved it. Had a great time.
Yes, that was great. And we'll circle back to Summer Institute in a little bit. Anyone else want to share on that?
So mine is kind of musical. I was working really hard, but the memory that comes up for me is when we sang at ACDA last in March in Providence, because we did an early morning session, and my kid was with me. We were doing a little college tour at that time, and they came along, but just were jumping up and singing along, and the whole place was awake from us. And I guess that's a musical memory, but I don't know.
I love that
That
memory
just
too. I really did. And I was like, well, nobody's going to come out at 8 a.m. And that place was packed. And like, I remember we were singing the clap your hands, all you people, to kind of like get people started, and folks were up and out of the seats. And I was like, oh, here we go. We don't have a time today. So it was great. It was really, really, truly great. So thank you for that. Is there any favorite rep that like comes to mind? Like any like pieces that you're like, yes, that one, like just was really like a great piece that you enjoyed or was a meaningful experience?
I can say right off the bat, Tides. Every time we sing Tides, I almost lose it. I had to bite my tongue so I don't cry on stage every single time.
Yes. Such a powerful piece. Reginald Wright's Tides. If you don't know that piece, look it up. It's on our album. You can purchase it from Graphite Music, and the text is so rich. It's about our faith in humanity and our potential, and how do we have discourse with one another. It's just an incredible piece, and it's got piano and violin and viola, and it's just absolutely incredible. So definitely check out that piece. Any other favorites, repertoire faves?
I think the Damien Jeter cantata for a More Hopeful Tomorrow is absolutely, I think about it probably every day. I love that piece so much.
It's so
and
great.
I think like the piece itself and what it means, and also like the bonding I think we had in learning and getting through it. And there are some moments where we were like, oh my gosh, are we going to be able to pull this off? This is a really big piece. It's a lot of moving parts. And I think being able to pull it together and just each movement of it just being so distinct and so beautiful, it's just, it touches me a lot to think about it.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a highlight. And for sure, I remember those last rehearsals. I was like, Lord, I don't know. We're going to pull this one off. Alex or Selena, any things you want to share?
Yeah, I think
Honestly, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I think one of the composers that I think people sleep on because he's such a great pianist with our group is Eric Meyer, and we did Ozymandias, our first recording session, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
I love that piece, and that is available. You can listen to it on our album if you're looking for a reference recording, and it's available on Music Spoke, and you can purchase that piece there. And the thing I like about it is, one, it's an incredible text that is, I was thinking about that piece the other day, given where we are in our political climate, it's like so relevant to where we are right now. And I thought it was relevant even when we recorded it. And I kind of had no idea that it would become even more relevant as time would go on. But it's a piece that, one, sets a great piece of literature and a poem that people should know. And then the other thing I love about it is just like, there are splits and everything in the piece, but the way that it's composed is very accessible, right? It's like just so elegantly done, and it just makes sense. Like the very first time we read through the piece, I was like, yeah, just like that. Like it just makes sense when you like sing the piece, and it's just so colorful, and I love that. My name is Ozymandias. And I just also love the the accompaniment and that fading at the end. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So definitely check out that piece if folks haven't heard that recording or would like to program it. Definitely check it out on Music Spoke. Selena.
So I'm going to be truthful. Almost every piece we do, I mean, seriously, almost every piece we do has a place in my heart that's like, oh my gosh, that's the best one. That's the best one. That's the best one. But I can honestly say every time we do Elevate by Dr. Lori, listen, I don't care who you are. It is like the jam.
Yes, I agree. And it's hard to choose a favorite piece, and Elevate, that's like our song. That's like our theme song, you know? I love that piece. If you don't know that piece, it is composed by Dr. Lori Hicks. We can put you in contact with her if you're interested in a score. It is a piece that is just so brilliantly done. It uses sampling, like hip hop sampling, and that's the whole idea. And so there's like, it's like the old mixtape machines when you would sample from there. And so things sample in and also sample out as the piece goes on, which is so very, very, very cool. And there are lots of allusions with an A, allusions to a lot of the great hip hop pieces and other things that are just like part of the zeitgeist, I would say. And so it's a really, really cool piece. And I love it so much. I don't know that I can think of an absolute favorite piece. I agree with Selena that like all the pieces are incredible. Some standouts for me are the Jasmine Barnes, Sometimes I Cry, which I think is a near perfect composition. I think it's perfect. Like, I think it's as perfect as any composition you get. And if you don't know that piece, it's on our first album. You can check that out. And then I also really, really, really love the Christopher Harris, Were You There? And that piece is so powerful. And just the chords, the harmonies, just everything about it is really great. And then, of course, I love all the gospel tunes that we do as well. And really, I think the thing about Elevation and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to put forward a whole host of different kinds of repertoire. And I love that we have hip hop pieces, and we also have in the repertoire the Box Comme Jesu Come, and I love that we have like the Ulysses K choral triptych in there. And it's really the diversity of both the repertoire and the personnel that I think make Elevation really a truly special place. And for me personally, I have not had the pleasure of being in an ensemble quite like Elevation or conducting an ensemble that has been this diverse. So I don't know if anyone else wants to talk a bit about just the diversity and breadth of the repertoire or the roster itself.
I'll say this. Don't judge me. I know I'm a little old, but I've been singing since I was 12, which puts me at about 30 years. And honestly, this is the most diverse group that I've been in. The repertoire itself this is the only place that I can do everything that I do. I sing in tons of choral places. I sing with my gospel choir at church. I did a cappella all women's vocal group one time. I've done tons and tons of different things and opportunities. But this is the one place that I can honestly say every part of me is touched. My husband was trying to tell someone that he had met the other day what I sing, and he was like, she sings a little bit of everything. And honestly, this place is where I get to do that. So that is absolutely much appreciated.
Absolutely. Anyone else have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think like the intentionality of the diversity of the group and of the repertoire just speaks to how how far we can reach and how incredible it feels to be a part of it. Like it's just great to know that we can go to one place and we're singing gospel, we're singing classical. Like we just did something from the Messiah in our last. We just did for unto us, and it did, like something like that. And then we did some other, like, some gospel music and stuff like that. And we just, do new music, do old music. We just do everything. And it feels great to have those kinds of experiences as someone that gigs and is a musician across different mediums, to be able to have that experience with people who are such high caliber musicians and singers, and to know that I can sing with people that look like me, that have similar experiences to me, that have different experiences from me that I can learn from and draw experience from myself. And it's awesome. I think that's really important and relevant.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things too is one of our sopranos, Danielle. She teaches at a middle school, and she loves singing with the ensemble, and she has loved particularly some of the gospel tunes. And she took back with her choir the Kirk Franklin Lift Every Voice and Sing, and her kids killed it, y'all. I mean, like, they killed it. I was like, y'all want to die. And what was like really gratifying to me, we were having conversations. She's like, oh, taking notes on how we do things, and even doing things that we didn't do, like new ways of approaching the piece. And seeing that this repertoire that we're doing is also going out beyond, just our ensemble, is also something that I find to be like really gratifying as well. And I think it's one of my absolute favorite things to see. So yeah.
Can I add something on there?
Absolutely.
I basically echoing what Selena and Doug said already, but I think it's wonderful that we see so many groups sort of building themselves into one little special corner, like they specialize in this style of music or that style or this composer or this time period or whatever. And I love the social statement that is made by a group that sings everything, and doesn't build a wall around ourselves, and just is open. We see all these faces. I love what you said about the bringing it to schools, so people see people that look differently, that might look like them, and to see that this is something that you can participate in. It's for all of us.
Absolutely. And I think that's important too. Like, just the idea that like the group really doesn't have really a majority, right? There's like a little bit of everything when we're talking about like the diversity that we have, and which is great. And the fact that we can all sing each other's songs, I think, is important. And that developing and the skills that we need in the performance practice that we need to do all these pieces, which I think is like really important. And I hope that more ensembles will consider doing that, and that this music just continues to go really everywhere. I do want to like take just a couple moments to ask Alex and Selena a little bit about Summer Institute. So we run a program that is a 5-week program for emerging vocal artists ages 18 to 25. If you're watching and you're in that age range, be on the lookout in January for when the application begins to opens for Summer Institute. But it's a 5-week program where we work with emerging vocal artists, and we talk about and do training on a lot of issues related to having a successful career in the vocal arts. So we have voice lessons, we have ensembles, like an ensemble that we create. There are duets, trios. We talk about marketing and branding and how to read contracts and what does it mean to be a professional? And we practice interview skills. Everyone does multiple interviews. You develop a portfolio, how to record in a professional recording studio. All these are part of Summer Institute. And some of our elevation artists come each year, and they do some mentoring and singing alongside with our apprentices. And so I just want to take a moment to ask Alex and Selena about their experience with Summer Institute. And I'll start with Selena because I know that Selena will have to jump soon.
Yes. So as far as Summer Institute goes, it was an absolutely phenomenal experience because the kids, let me not say kids because they were 20 something, but they were absolutely some of the most talented young people that I've had the opportunity to spend time with. I can honestly say, with having having been doing this teaching thing for 20 plus years, it's phenomenal to watch where the music world is going. It is absolutely amazing to see the talent, the abilities that they have. And then on top of that, for them to feel like they need to and can get better at things to make this a successful opportunity for them. Because had that been an opportunity when I was younger, when I was starting out, I can honestly say I may not be where I am right now. It would have been absolutely something that I would have run to. And I can honestly say, like, I've encouraged a few of my former singers who are performing artists to, hey, you need to check this out. Go check this out. And there's been some big interest this year, by the way.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll see some of the babies that I had when they were in middle school.
Yay. Love that. Love that. Alex?
Yeah, Summer Institute is just, it's kind of like utopia because these kids get everything, well, kids, they're like my age, but like everything that they'll need. Like EVA brings in such fantastic staff that like they all have expertise in certain things and they all are willing to share these things. Like Aaron, like you said, like marketing, voice technique, how to, run a company, how to do all these things, like such important skill sets they're not going to get in school. And they get it at SI and everyone is so supportive and everybody's willing to learn together, and getting to see that up close and just singing with them and like kind of secondhand learning with everyone as the week goes on. It's just a fantastic opportunity, and people are coming from all over the country just to do this program because that's how important it is. And it's like being the change that we want to see in the world. Like we are that change. EVA is providing that change with SI.
Sounds good. Well, thank you all for talking about that. We're going to end this little bit here with some music, listening to some music. One of my favorite pieces that we did at Bent But Not Broken 3.0 was Psalm 150 by George Pass. I almost skipped the song because I don't know what happened. I was like, we're going to do this other song, and that was a lie. And also in this piece, I almost fell on the podium. And Alex laughs at me, so you'll see him. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready and listen to this performance. One thing to note is that these the string parts that you hear were written by our very own Eric Meyer.
Everything that hath breath, praise the Lord. Let everything that hath breath,
was such a great performance. I loved it. I loved it. Even though Alex laughed at me so much, she was laughing at me when I was falling down there. See how it is. No love, y'all. No love. Just savage. Well, I want to thank all of you all for joining us. And we're about to close out this session here, though we'll be back in just a little bit. I'm going to encourage you to make a financial contribution to Elevate Vocal Arts, because none of this is possible without your generosity. Please, please scan the QR code, make a gift of any size will help to fuel our mission. Yes, I am looking at you. Do not keep scrolling by. I need you to donate $5, $10, whatever you can do, any amount can help. And we hope that you will consider joining our fifth section. Yes, we know that we've got sopranos, altos, and tenors and basses, but we also need monthly sustainers, our fifth section, to be able to sustain the work that we are doing. So even if that's only $5 a month, that's huge, huge, huge. So we encourage you to do that. There are lots of wonderful benefits for those who are part of our fifth section, whether that's VIP passes to concerts, priority seating. For those who are music professionals, we have an incredible webinar series of which Alex will be a part of as well in this upcoming year. So there's so many things and benefits for those who are in our fifth section and who are making a contribution monthly. Why monthly? Because everybody has bills monthly. Artists have bills monthly. That's the way how this works. And so we thank you for your consideration. Even if you're like, I don't have $1 to give, share what you're seeing here today. Share our posts online. Let a young emerging artist know about our Summer Institute program. Come to a concert. Show some love to us on the socials. We'd love to see you there. Again, thank you all to these Elevation artists for joining us. Thank you, everyone. If you've already given today, we appreciate your generosity. And for those who haven't given yet, what you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You absolutely need to do this. It's one of the best investments that you can make. If you look at this world around you and wonder what is going on, this is the organization that you can invest in. So please scan the QR code. You can also visit us at elevatevocalarts.org and make a gift or learn more about us. There are many ways to make a gift. You can write a check and send it to the mail. You can use the QR code, do something online. And we can also accept your gifts of securities and stocks as well. So if you have questions about that, send us an email at donations@elevatevocalarts.org, and we can help you do that. That includes distributions from retirement accounts as well. As we end this year, we'd be happy to have conversations about how a gift can support the work that we're doing and help us in this transformational work. So thank you all. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Selena. And